What is going on, everybody? Today, what we have for you for this video is a Pokemon Draft League that I actually am participating in. It's a Wi-Fi draft league, so we will be battling on Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And today we're going to be going over my draft. Now I have used all my transactions already because I haven't played Draft League format in like 6 months or something like that, or any type of Pokemon really in like 6 months. So I was a bit rusty. I drafted some things that I wasn't happy with, so I used all 4 transactions and got a team that I'm overall pretty happy with. I'm excited. This is a draft. We did a tier-based draft with some points for 4 free mons. We each got a Mega, and then we had Z captains, 2 Z captains. I'll talk about the Z captains in a second. So we're gonna start off by going over the team. So I had the number 1 overall pick, which was sick. And what I picked number 1 overall was something that I really wanted to use. I've been wanting to use it for a while in Draft League. It's Kieran Black. So Kieran Black here obviously can do a lot of things. Can be physical or special. Mostly physical a lot of times, but it's not uncommon to see special Kieran Blacks. We got REM here, like sleep, because this boy gonna put you to sleep with how strong he is. We could do some cool substitute things if we want. We could run a super bulky set with Toxic Roost, or like Rest, Sleep Talk, things like that. Excuse me. We got like moves like Ice Beam, Iron Head, Outrage. He is my first Z captain. This is one of my Z captains here. So things like Z Hail or Z Free Shock, those types of moves. We got Fusion Bolt, obviously, Dragon Claw. What? Dragon Pulse, Dragon Claw, Draco Meteor, Earth Power, things like that. Honestly, overall, a great mon. Super bulky. Like base 125 HP. Like, that's insane. If we want, we can run it Scarf. We can run it a bunch of different ways. So then I had to wait a little while, for my pick to come around again. But luckily, what I wanted didn't get sniped. I picked, for my second pick, I took a Mega Aerodactyl, our boy Petrie here. Great base HP and great base defense and special defense. And the great thing about Mega Aero is that it's already so fast with base 150 speed that you can maybe just run plus speed nature minus special attack nature, and you will outspeed pretty much everything, and barring like super fast choice Scarfers. Or you can put in enough speed to outspeed the most likely Scarfer, and then you can put the rest of it into bulk. Like for example, let's see, where's upspeed minus special attack here? Jolly, there we go. I always forget the names of them sometimes, except for ones like Adamant, obviously, and Minus. So we could do that, and then we can go 252 attack, and then we could, if we want to list specific hits, like we can do 152 HP, and let's say we want to run a bit more defensive bulky, we can do 104 defense, those types of spreads, because it's already an incredibly fast mon. Can we click? There we go. And it's super, super nice. So I'll just go back to a neutral nature. We'll just go serious, because, whatever. So, yeah, and then since I had the wheel pick for the second part, I didn't originally take Darmanitan. Somehow I lasted all the way to the end of the draft. It was tier 3. So I went ahead and I originally took Shaman because it was tier 3, and I was like, Shaman tier 3, that's a steal, because it just can do everything for me. Then I realized I was not hitting physically hard besides my first 2 picks, as you'll see later on. So basically what I went ahead and did was I exchanged Shaman um for Darmanitan here, Darunia, or Darunia, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it Darunia. Great base HP. Its defenses are meh, obviously, like below average, but that base 140 attack. This thing hits like a truck. I don't know why the EVs are like that. And then base 95 speed is great. Great choice Scarfer, you know. We got, oh, I didn't even go over the moves for him. So we got like things like Aerial Ace, Aqua Tail, Crunch. Do have Defog, and it's really, really key that we bring Defog on this sometimes, or Rocks, because as you'll see, I have a bit of a hazard problem on both ways. I don't have a lot of hazard setters. Well, I do, but like I don't. It's interesting. You'll see what I mean in a minute. And then I only have 2 defoggers, this being one of them. So I figured that his coverage moves aren't the greatest in the world anyway. So that 4 slot can always be something like defog or stealth rocks if I want to bring rocks on him and just be guaranteed rocks, or if I want to bring something else to bring rocks and defog and stuff, the other mon with defog, and it's a great defog with the other mon. Just FYI. Sorry, I really hurt my throat with a sneeze earlier, and it like hurt me to my core. But yeah, this thing gets roost if we want to run bulky rock polish. If we want to run that for some reason, don't know why you would. Tailwind, great move to help the team. Home claws is really good as well. Because then we're pretty much guaranteed to hit stone edges. You know, Aqua Tail gets agility for some reason, but yeah. And then Tough Claws, this thing just hits like a truck. So then we have Darunia here, who has great moves in Earthquake, Fire Punch / Fire Fang if you want to run that, but most likely Flare Blitz is what you want. Run Hammer Arm, great move. Power Up Punch, also a great move. Rock Slides and Stone Edge and Superpower, also great. And then you also get Zen Headbutt and U-Turn, which is great. U-Turn works really well with Volt Switch, which we do have a Volt Switch user. And overall, it's just a good mon. Then we have Parami. If you don't get that, it's a like mythical lake. The name of a mythical lake. I forget the exact stuff on it. This mon, Suicune, it's a Suicune, obviously. Suicune's just a great mon overall. Super bulky. I needed something super bulky just to come in and soak up hits. Obviously, Suicune works very well with wish support because it doesn't have any recovery besides leftovers and then protect. So there's that. But I did get a great wish supporter. I wish I could have gotten a better one. Sylveon would have been a perfect wish supporter, but it was already taken by this point, unfortunately. So yeah, but base 115 defenses, base 100 HP, this thing will soak up hits for days. As you'll see, I don't really hit, once one mon goes down, I don't have many dragon resistances, so this will really help me on taking dragon type moves, especially Z ones. There's only like 1 or 2 Z D-Dance setters, set up sweepers that we have to go against, because there are a few of them, but some of them we don't have to face because we're only doing 11 weeks with 16 teams. So yeah, but great mon overall. You can pressure stall if you really want to go that route. Toxic, Tailwind, Substitute. You know, you have great coverage moves in Shadow Ball and Signal Beam. There's Roar as well. Got Reflect if we want to do that. Protect. Has Ice Beam. Great move overall. Extreme Speed. If we want to be cheeky a little bit, they won't be expecting it. We can always run Calm Mind, Suicune, and then Air Slash as well, which is really good. Overall, just great mon. Then we have Chomper. That's from Chomper the Nidoking. We have here. Chomper is a nickname from Land Before Time. There we go. I couldn't think of it for some reason. But yeah, overall, this mon is awesome. Awesome. It's not like bulky, but it has decent HP. Excuse me, I had to take a drink. It has pretty decent HP for something that isn't supposed to take hits. So, we can always switch in on a fighting type move and be okay. Sheer Force Life Orb, this Nidoking hits like a goddamn truck. Like, its attack is way higher than its special attack, almost 20 points higher. But you get way more coverage options with on the special side. So most of the time it's run special. So we have moves like Thunderbolt, we have T-Spikes, we have Stealth Rock. If we want to put a force slide on it with Stealth Rock, we have Super Fang, which is always a good move. Sludge Wave, Shadow Ball, Rock Slide, Power Up Punch, Poison Jab, Outrage, Mega Horn, Ice Punch. You guys get the gist of it. This thing gets every move under the sun, every coverage move there ever was. Overall, just a really good mon. Then we have Buzzkill, the Vikavolt. Now, I didn't originally have Vikavolt. I had Rotom-Mow, and I picked Rotom-Mow and then immediately regretted it because I like Rotom, I do, and Rotom-Mow actually fits this team really well, but I just really wanted to use Vikavolt. Sorry. I really wanted to use Vikavolt really bad, and the only thing that Rotom-Mow gave me was a bit bulkier and another defogger. And the grass typing, obviously. But this gives me a bug typing, which is super good. It's an underrated typing in Draft League offensively. This thing, it's nothing to sleep on bulk-wise. Its HP is okay, but then its defense is nice. And then a very common set you can run is Assault Vest. This is also, I should mention, my other Z-Mon, because I could have gone another Mon later on, you'll see. I could have gone Nidoking, but I feel like Nidoking hits way harder with Life Orb, Sheer Force, or Scarf. And then Darmanitan is just is like one of the best Scarfers out there. And also, you can run it Banned if you want Banded. And I felt like Vikavolt, the only other two options besides Z I really have are Life Orb or Assault Vest, and then Leftovers, obviously. But Z, a Bug and EMZ or an Electrium Z hit from a base 145 special attack stat, this thing's gonna be shredding through teams if the team isn't ready for it, especially if they're not expecting it, because we can run Z if we want. Levitate's a great ability. Gives me a ground type switch in because as you'll see, I have. Let me think. I used to have a ground type weakness, and now I have a bit of a rock type weakness, which this doesn't necessarily help me with, but it's fine. So it has great coverage options. It has agility, which is nice if we want to try and just set up and sweep. Air Slash is always nice. Bug Buzz hits like a truck. We have Discharge if we want to try and get Paralysis. Energy Ball, really good coverage option. Flash Cannon, really unexpected coverage option that people might not be expecting. We have obviously HP Ice and stuff like that. We have Roost. This thing gets Roost as well, so we can do a bit of cheeky shenanigans with Roost. Signal Beam, or I don't want to talk about Signal Beam. I want to talk about Rest Sleep Talk if we wanted to. Roost for a bulkier variant. We can run Thunder Wave if we want to. Toxic. Volt Switch, awesome move. Just momentum, especially we could minimize its speed just to make sure we underspeed everything, and then just slow Volt Switch the whole time. Bring a bulky variant with leftovers or AV, just slow Volt Switch every time. But yeah, that's the first 6 mons. Those were my first 6 picks. Now we get into the back half of the draft. We have Reverie, the Musharna. Reverie is a French word for a dream-like state, I believe. And I like the way the nickname looks and stuff. So we have Musharna here, shiny Musharna. Forewarn is actually a pretty good ability. Not many mons get it, so you don't really see it that often. Synchronize, also a great ability. this mon is bulky as hell. 116 HP, 95 special defense, 85 defense. Its defense could be up a little bit higher, but its HP alone carries it to be a nice bulky mon. And then 107 special attack. The only thing it's lacking is speed, but that doesn't matter when you have trick room, because this is a main reason why I wanted Decavolt as well, because of the trick room potential with this team. Because some mons we can just run no speed on, negative speed nature, and then we can underspeed everything and trick room sweep. You know, and it's amazing. Trick room's an amazing move. We have moves like Baton Pass. Although Baton Passing subs and stats are banned, raw Baton Passing actually isn't a bad isn't a bad thing, especially if they send in if they have like something like Crook or something, and we know they're gonna run Pursuit just in case for my Musharna, and I want to switch out. We can just Baton Pass, and I'm pretty sure that just goes through Pursuit. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure. We also have Call Mine set up if we want to use this as our Trick Room sweeper. Trick Room, Call Mine, Psyshock or Psychic, and like a coverage move for whatever we need. Dazzling Gleam, great move. Energy Ball, great move. Heal Bell, it's a cleric. Healing Wish, also amazing move. Moonlight for recovery. Pain Split also, but Moonlight's better. Protect and Toxic, we can do some Protect Toxic shenanigans. Psychic and Psyshock go hand in hand with each other, Shadow Ball and Signal Beam, also great coverage options. Substitute as well. Thunder Wave for paralyzing if we want to go that route. Sorry, shifting in my chair. Here we go. Sorry, I'm getting the mic set. We have a Trick as well if we want to run like a Scarf variant with a lot of speed investment. We could, and then Trick to get rid of the Scarf if we need to. If Musharna like does work against the team, then we could definitely do that. Even though its speed is fairly low, a Choice Scarf max speed variant should be able to outrun at least some threats. You know what I mean? It's not an orthodox set by any means, but it's an option. Or we could just run Trick with Choice Scarf and not have any speed investment at all, and just trick it to debilitate something. Trick Room, as I covered before, I'm sure we could find some uses for things like Hyper Beam, Hypnosis, Psychic Terrain, if we really wanted to. Things like that, stored power with like Calm Mindset. Yeah, overall great mon, and I really wanted to use this mon. Now we have Porygon Z. I didn't have this mon before either, I'll be honest. What did I have before this? I can't remember. Here, let me go ahead and look real quick. Let's see. So we had... Oh no, I did draft that mon outright. Okay. Anywho, we do have PZ. One of the main reasons I drafted it is because it's an interesting mon that I want to try and use. Also, it was one of the only actually decent Trick Room setters left, so it just gives me another Trick Room setter. Because if you do want to have a Trick Room viable, you do want at least 2 Trick Room setters just to have a backup Trick Room setter in case your first one gets destroyed, so to speak. This mon hits incredibly hard with adaptability if you want to run Specs or Scarf. Specs adaptability Tri-Attack hits everything super hard besides, Ghost types. Even resisted, you'll still take at least like 30%. unless you're like fully invested especially defensive. This thing gets a lot of coverage options with Dark Pulse, Discharge, Hidden Power, Psychic, and Psyshock. It gets Recover, uh, and because its base HP isn't bad, its defenses are meh, but it does get Recover if you want to run that option. Nasty Plot as well, great. It gets Ice Beam, didn't go over that. Shadow Ball, Signal Beam, Thunderbolt, Thunderwave, Toxic. Obviously, Tri Attack is going to be our main stab move. Trick as well if you want to run a Scarf variant. We can go ahead and run Trick on it just in case we want to go ahead and debilitate something on the enemy team. And then we also have Trick Room, like I talked about before. Overall, great mon. I just really wanted to use it. Error 404. Now we have our Scrafty here. The nickname will change every week, and it'll be different Eminem, either songs, his different aliases, or different album names and stuff like that. So, we're getting funky with it. Great mon overall. I wanted an Intimidate user. This mon's great with AV. Super defensive. Its HP could be better, obviously. And then it has Moxie as well. If we want to run it, physically offensive with like Drain Punch, this thing gets Dragon Dance, so we can do a Dragon Dance setup, sweeper, or in Trick Room we can run min speed, have this thing be Bandit or something with Moxie, and just go all out with like high jump kick. That'd be an interesting set. This thing gets Roar as well, just like Suicune does. Super Fang, awesome move. Just cut a mon in half, basically. Toxic, great for a bulky variant. Taunt is going to be super important in certain matches. I can already feel it. Rock Slide gets Rest and Sleep Talk if you want to do that. Because this thing doesn't have great recovery besides Rest, Sleep Talk, and Drain Punch, and then Lefties, of course. But it gets Knockoff as well. Knockoff, you guys know, amazing competitive move. Amazing move. And then, it gets Fake Out as well. Nice priority if we need it. We could always do the bulk up setup variant in Trick Room, and then nothing can stop it. But yeah, it's gonna be fun to use it. I haven't used Scrafty a whole lot before. But it's gonna be really good. As you can see at the latter half here, we went with a bit more bulk because we had a lot of offense already. Next mon we have here is Alicia, and based off Alicia Keys, haha, funny. But I didn't originally have this. I originally had Tapu Fini, who was a panic pick, but Tapu Fini doesn't really work well with Suicune or Kieran Black because of the mystery terrain. And I liked the terrain idea for like terrain seed setups, like PZ with one of the seeds for the fairy terrain, the misty terrain, a misty seed, or things like that. And I thought that would be a really cool idea. But I kind of panic picked Tapu Fini because it gave me a defogger and a fairy type. But this thing was still there, so I went ahead and switched out Tapu Fini for this thing. This thing, Klefki right here, gets defog, which I'll probably be bringing defog every week on it if I do bring it. Because as you can see, my team is a bit weak to rocks. We have like we have 4 things weak to rocks, which is not ideal. But we won't have to bring all 4 things on any week, I hope. But anywho, it's not the best mon ever, but Prankster pretty much guarantees that we can get up spikes, reflects, or light screens, defogs, pretty much anything we want to get up, we're guaranteed to get up. Toxic and Thunderwave, Switcheroo, pretty good move. A spike setter. Overall, this mon's just gonna be annoyance, and you're gonna have to prep for it. Like my opponent's gonna have to prep for this, even if I don't bring it. It's a threat. in the sense that I can just hazard stack you or set up light screen and reflect. So my opponent's gonna have to bring something like brick break or defog, against me every week. Any opponent will have to think about this thing. So it's a good mon in the sense that you can't just forget about it in prep, because if you do, the rest of my mons will just wall break you to death. Because if you don't prep for this thing, I can just set up dual screens, go out to a bulky variant of Kieran Black, and just destroy your team. Like there's nothing you can do about it either, because you didn't prep for it. Magic Coat could be some interesting tech if we want to go ahead and do that. Um, so this also could, if we switch in, we could always lead with this thing, expecting them to lead with a rocker, and they'll just expect me to get up screens or something, or like spikes, so they'll go for their own rocks, and then I get to go first because I'm using a move that's not damaging. Bada bing, bada boom. Now I have rocks on your side of the field, and you just set them up for me. And then next turn, I get up screens or something like that. So this mon's gonna be really interesting to use. I haven't really used Clef Key before, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I can utilize it well, because we ain't got any other transactions. The only way I'm getting rid of it is through trades, and I don't know if anybody wants it, but I do want it. So. In our last mon here, we didn't originally have this. We had Typhlosion, and then once I grabbed our Manatan, swapped out our Manatan for Shaman, it was it was a no-brainer that I needed a wish passer and things for Suicune and just other mons that don't have recovery. So, and I kind of wanted another Stealth Rocker as well. This gives me both of those. Obviously, its stats are insane besides its defense. Chansey was tier 1, so I couldn't go ahead and grab that and grab Clef Key, and I really needed Clef Key. Like, I really needed Clef Key. And this was the only tier 2 or below Wish Passer that I wanted besides. I kind of wanted to go Gardevoir, like, really badly, but it doesn't give me the best defensive option, if you understand what I'm saying. Neither does this, but this gives me something that can just soak up hits on the special side, and pass off a bunch of HP, like a bunch of HP. And it can set rocks. The reason I wanted Gardevoir, though, I was debating on going with Gardevoir, is because obviously another it gives me two typings that I already had, which isn't ideal, right? But Psychic Fairy, it's not a bad typing by any means. You're neutral to dark type moves and such. But the reason I wanted to go with it because it would work nicely in Trick Room. You know what I mean? So give me another reason to bring Trick Room more often than just maybe twice throughout the entire league and such. But let's go ahead and go over Blossom the Blissey. If you don't get Blossom, well, are you really living? No, I just looked up pink things, and then the Powerpuff Girls popped up, and Blossom is the pink Powerpuff Girl, and I was like, fuck it, why not? But this thing gives me another heal bell user, which is nice. Another healing wish. Healing wish, I cannot stress, is such a great move because your opponent oftentimes will forget about it, especially if you have something like a Kieran Black or a Mega Arrow, and they get weakened throughout the battle. And then you come in and you just click healing wish with another mon, and then switch out to them, and then you have another life with it, This thing also gets screens. If we wanted to run screens, it gets Seismic Toss, obviously Soft Boiled, gets Rocks, T-Wave, Toxic, and then Wish. This thing's mainly here for Wish and to be a Cleric, which is nice. And then its special tech, it's honestly not... It's workable. It's workable. It's not going to hit hard by any means, but under Trick Room, we could get kind of cheeky with it, but yeah, overall, good mon. Man, Sylveon would have fit the team so good, and then could have gone something different than Klefki, another steel type. But yeah, that's the team. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. I'm happy with it, honestly. I'm happy with our team. Um, hopefully we can go ahead and get some dubs. I'll be bringing a team builder. I'll be going ahead and uploading a team builder shortly after this video, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what we can do this season. Last season, season 1, we did not upload because I just wasn't really interested in uploading videos at that point, but I am now, and I'm excited. And last season we went 9-2, I believe. I think, and then the playoffs kind of got stopped because a lot of people dropped out and stuff, and then people like I went away for a long time and stuff like that. So, but yeah, any hooser, that's the team. I hope you guys like it. Go ahead and leave a comment on it below. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content and want more. We'll be uploading the battles once a week, obviously, because, you know, that's when they happen. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.